$36.94. I don't like being Walmart's enforcer for $36 worth of stuff. Good morning.
Morning.
I'm looking at you. Either Ty's your father or Ashley is your mother.
Ashley's my mother.
All right, that makes me feel really old. Not as old as Mr. Beerline makes me feel, since I met him when he was about 3. But my son went to school with your mom.
Yep.
And I remember you look very much like your mother. I'm sure you hear that a lot.
Yeah, I've been here with my mom too a couple of times.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, she's had some travails.
Right.
All right, Miss Raymond, you got charged with retail fraud under the Three Rivers Ordinance. It's alleged that July of 2024 that you stole some property from the Walmart store. The allegation is you went in there and you stole a fishing rod and some tissue paper. It wasn't toilet tissue paper. It was like present wrapping paper. So it looked like maybe you went in to take this as a gift. Anyway, they had a video of it. They turned it over to the police. The police then requested a warrant. And a year later, you get stopped at Niles and picked up on this warrant. So did you even know there even was a warrant?
No, I had no idea. And then also when I got pulled over, he told me it was in October of 2024.
This says offense date July of 24. They issued the warrant in August of 2024. How did you come to get arrested in Niles?
So I never got arrested, but my headlight was out when I got pulled over, and he had gotten my license and my insurance, and he had me step out of the vehicle, and he had mentioned that I had a warrant from October 2024, and I had no idea. So, and then we had negotiated that if I paid $50 fine, that I wouldn't get arrested, and then I would be sent home with a court date and
All right, that's a $50 bond.
or bond. Yeah.
All right, we'll have a seat. We're going to see if we can find the Three Rivers City Attorney, Mr. George. He's here somewhere. I saw him stick his head in.
I'm gonna go see if he's busy at the moment, Your Honor.
Yeah, this wasn't even scheduled today, so it's not even on his radar. What are you here for this morning?
Village of White Pigeon versus Tyler Fry, Your Honor.
Did you have a resolution in that case?
Yes, sir.
All right, well, let's do that one. Have you got the paperwork?
I don't have any specific paperwork.
Yeah, there was some at the counter. Laura, would you bring me the pretrial on Tyler Fry from White Pigeon? Mr. Fry, why don't you go over to the podium? A minute for the file to show up. Mr. Fry, you've got $395 worth of unpaid fines and costs. But apparently aren't due till 9/13. Thank you. Are you Tyler Ray Fry?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Fry, you got charged with about the rinky-dinkiest misdemeanor there may be. It's called open intox in a motor vehicle. It is a misdemeanor in Michigan to drive around with open intoxicants. My old chief assistant thought there should have been an exception if it was a dirt road. There's no such thing as a dirt road exception, but in Texas and some other states, the passenger is allowed to have alcohol in the car open, but not in Michigan. So it's a misdemeanor punishable by up to 90 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. The normal fine is $75 plus costs. Mr. Thal, what's the status here?
Your Honor, we have reached an agreement where Mr. Fry will plead guilty to the lesser charge of allowing a violation of the motor vehicle code. And we will dismiss the charge of open intox in the motor vehicle with a sentence recommendation of just fines and costs.
Well, it's an interesting plea because this won't show up on your driving record.
Yeah.
An open intox in a motor vehicle shows up on your driving record, could affect your insurance rates and other things. This will show as allowing another to violate the motor vehicle code, which doesn't carry any points, doesn't show up on your driving record, and won't affect those sorts of things. It is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 90 days in jail, a fine of up to $100. You understand? Yes.
Your Honor.
All right. Do you understand that if you plead to that charge, and this applies to anybody else here who may be taking a plea, you'll be giving up your rights to have a trial in front of a judge or jury. There will not be a trial. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor. It was my fault. I just overlooked it.
All
It was
right.
left in there by my dad.
Well, if you had a trial, you'd have the right to be represented by an attorney. You could hire one, or I could appoint one for you. If you had a trial, you'd have a right to have any of the witnesses for or against you subpoenaed to come to court, so they could be questioned under oath, and you have the right to be presumed innocent unless the state was able to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so you were driving that day and you had an open beer can in the car?
No, it was a little mason jar. Me and my pops had been working on my truck earlier that day, and he had left it in the cup holder, and that the truck, it's older and there's no dome light in it. So later on that night, I was trying to get my little son to fall asleep. So I decided to take him on a car ride, and I just overlooked it because the dome light's not wired in, and I blew for him, blew all zeros.
All right, well, I'm gonna reduce the fine a little bit. I'm gonna make it $50.
Okay.
$50 fine, $75 crime victims' rights fee, and a $50 state minimum fee is $175 rather than $225. Was there some alcohol in the mason jar?
Apparently, he had been drinking a vodka and lemonade earlier that day, so there was like some little yellow liquid in there, and I guess Officer Hanson tested it.
No, that ain't the crime of the century. All right, now you already owe me a bunch of other
Yeah,
money. Are you on a payment plan?
yeah, I am.
Are you making any payments?
I have been, yes. I thought I owed him less than that, though.
Well, maybe it's less. It shows a domestic assault, $125, disobey stop sign, $120, no proof of insurance. Was that from this same incident?
No.
All right, well, you got some unpaid fines, so we'll make it part of the existing payment plan.
Okay.
Did you have Trey Hensley too? He didn't show up?
No, Your Honor,
That
I only
wasn't
had
yours.
this one this morning.
He had Zambrano, which has got some white pigeon stuff in it, and Mr. Zambrano didn't show up. All right, well, thanks for coming all the way down for that. Mr. Fry will make this part of your existing payment plan. The court officer will take you out.
Okay.
How about if you don't come back for a while?
Well, we'll try.
All right,
Thank you, Your Honor.
thank you. Ms. Jackson, did you get any contact with Mr. George?
I did, Your Honor. He would take a civil infraction upon that case.
All right, very good. Ms. Raymond, would you come back up to the podium? All right, let's talk about this. You're charged with a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 90 days in jail, a fine of up to $500. I think this, maybe it's this disorderly. Anyway, the prosecutor, Mr. Tim George, for the city of Three Rivers, has agreed to dismiss that charge if you plead to a civil infraction. Three Rivers and Sturgis also have a safety valve of a civil infraction. So this isn't a crime. It's like a speeding ticket or running a stop sign. It doesn't require that you be fingerprinted. It doesn't go on your criminal record as a criminal offense, but it is a civil infraction. The normal fine is $100. One of them supposedly carries a $200 minimum fine. Are you willing to admit to the civil infraction that you took this fishing pole?
Yes.
All right, did anybody threaten you to get you to do that
No, no,
or promise you anything other than what I said?
no.
All right, this was back in July of 2024. Were you in the Walmart store at that time?
Yes.
And did you take a fishing pole and some tissue paper to wrap it in?
Yeah, that was never my ill intent, but it just ended up coming out that way.
All right. Was it a gift?
Yes. I was with my ex-boyfriend at the time, and it was his little sister's birthday party. So we were trying to head to Sturgis before her birthday party and get her something. So we,
You live in Jones?
yes,
That's where your mom lives?
yes.
What do you do?
I'm a welder.
And where do you do that?
Crystal Industries in Edwardsburg with Bruce Tucker.
What do you weld?
Aluminum, drain pans and running boards.
All right, well, welders were in demand and very highly paid.
Yeah,
Aluminum welding's even trickier.
yeah,
How much do you make an hour?
22.
Well, good for you. Then you ought to be able to pay this $100
Oh,
fine.
yeah.
And there's also gonna be some restitution. Now, we got $50 we can apply to it. $36.94. I don't like being Walmart's enforcer for $36 worth of stuff. $37. So you owe $100 fine and $37 restitution. Do you have $137 now?
Not in cash, but on card.
Okay, well, I'll give you some time to pay it, or you can just pay it on your credit card right now.
Yeah, I can do that.
All right. All right, I'll send you out to the counter. Now, let me repeat, this isn't a criminal offense. I didn't bar you from Walmart for $36. You're allowed to go back in there. But this wasn't a good plan, so lesson learned, you won't do this anymore.
No. I do have a question.
Okay.
So
Oh, wait a minute. There's $50 a bond. So 137 minus 50 is $87. What's your question?
So back in, I want to say either December or January time, I had hit a deer out in Centerville. And I had came to St. Joe and to make an insurance claim about it.
Yes.
And they had never brought up a warrant. And then during the summertime of,
Well, this warrant issued in August of 24.
yeah, and that would have been at or before I hit the deer. And then I had also encountered Cass County cops in early summertime of this year, and they had never said anything.
Well, maybe they never bothered to run you or
Okay,
something.
yeah, I just
Now, let
wanted
me
to know.
look. Cause I'm not. There it is. It's in our system,
Okay,
but maybe they didn't
Okay.
bother to
kind of just go through it.
go to look at your open warrants.
Okay.
All right, you go out to the counter, you can pay the $87 and this matter will be done.
See, thank you.
All right, I do also have a show cause, and then we'll take a minute and see where we are. Is Rachel Conley here? It's a retail fraud that she's failed to appear several times.
Hey, thanks for watching. Please do let us know in the comments what you thought of this video. If you'd like to support what we do here, the best way to do it is to pick up some of our merch. You can find it at courtroomfiles.com.